Hello and welcome back to Music Ed Now. This series focuses on the language of music and aims to empower students to be able to talk about and describe music clearly. In today's video we are learning the language associated with rhythm. Let's start at the beginning with the word pulse. The pulse can be thought of as the invisible train tracks in a piece of music. It is always there, even if it can't be heard. Count along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we remove the pulse on numbers 2, 3 and 4, can you still predict when pulse 1 will sound? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1. Being able to predict where the pulse will sound again is what the pulse of the music is all about. Another word we can use for pulse is beat. The pulse or beat in music does not have to be counted in fours. We can have music like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we count the pulse or beat like this, we are working out the meter. The meter is the count of the underlying beats or pulses per bar. But what is a bar? A bar is just a small bite size of the music that makes sure our counting doesn't go on endlessly. In every bar of music, we call beat 1 the downbeat. There's a natural and automatic weight or emphasis on this beat in every bar, like a return home or an anchor point. When beats 2 and 4 of our count are emphasized, this is known as the backbeat. It is usually what the snare drum, a clap, or a tambourine would play. We are 6 words in and haven't yet mentioned the word rhythm. So what is rhythm then? Well, rhythm is what happens around the pulse. Echo these rhythms back by clapping. What you have just clapped are rhythms, combinations of sounds that are shorter and longer relative to the pulse. These longer and shorter sounds are called note values. When we are performing or creating new rhythms, it is sometimes helpful to divide the pulse into smaller bits, so that instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we might instead say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Splitting the main count into smaller parts is called subdivision. Try to clap on the parts of the count that have circles. When we clap on the numbers in the count, we are clapping on the beat or the main pulse. When we clap on the and between the pulses, we are clapping on the offbeat. Emphasizing the offbeat in music is something called syncopation and can lead to what you might consider to be cooler sounding rhythms. In addition to subdividing the pulse by counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we can also go a step further and subdivide each pulse by 4, where we now count 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. Challenge yourself again to clap on the circles indicated above the count. Now let's look at what happens when we subdivide the pulse into 3. We get this feel. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Can you feel how different this is? How we subdivide the pulse can fundamentally change the signature of a piece of music. This signature is so important in fact that at the start of every score you will see a time signature. A time signature lets the musician know how they will count the pulse and how to feel the rhythms in each bar of music. If we subdivide into 2 or 4 like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a, the time signature will have a 4 at the bottom, and the top number in the time signature will state the number of beats in each bar. So for most of the music heard in this video so far, the time signature has been 4/4. Earlier in the video, we used 3/4 and 5/4 time signatures when talking about the meter. When we subdivide the pulse by 3, the time signature will have an 8 on the bottom. On the top, we will have a multiple of 3. So if we have 4 pulses and each are subdivided by 3, we would have 12 as the top number, because 4, the pulse, multiplied by 3, the subdivision, equals 12. And we keep the 8 on the bottom for these types of time signatures. Let's return to a term we mentioned earlier, the downbeat. The downbeat happens on pulse 1 in any time signature. There's rhythmic emphasis on this pulse in any piece of music. But we can also have its opposite, the upbeat. This is where a melody or some part of the music begins just before the downbeat of bar 1. Kind of like a setup or lead into that bar. Another fancy term for the upbeat in music is anacrusis. Both words mean the same thing. The next 2 words that we're going to cover are dotted rhythm and swung rhythm. Both concepts are similar in that they involve a lopsided distribution in rhythm. There's a long, short emphasis between rhythms. Take the classic rhythm of jazz hi-hats, for example. Or the conventional lilting rhythm found in traditional Irish melodies. Dotted rhythms are often associated with important, stately pieces of music. For example, many national anthems begin with dotted rhythms. The French national anthem, the Fijian national anthem, and of course the Irish national anthem. Our last word and concept on this journey through the language of rhythm happens very frequently in Irish traditional music. This is the concept of free rhythm. Free rhythm is when the music doesn't have a strictly defined pulse. The music flows in its own time and gives the music an extra expressive quality.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I spend it in good company.
While there are many more rhythm words and concepts left out of this video, the words discussed should give you a starting place to confidently speak about rhythm in any piece of music you come across. The link to download the PDF with all 16 rhythm words and their definitions is in the description box below. Alongside this, you'll also find a musical treasure hunt activity that helps you put into practice the words that we've discussed in this video. And lastly, subscribing is the most effective way to support what we are building here on Music Ed Now. So if you're new to us, please consider hitting the subscribe button. This has been David Kennedy with Music Ed Now, and I'll see you in the next video.